everyone, welcome to another Minecraft tutorial. Today we are designing a little fantasy house cottage thing, I guess you could say. It's not huge, but it's not entirely small either. And yes, I know it includes a little bit of warped wood for the roof. And if you don't want to use that, I will show a few alternative palette designs you could go with later on in the video. So without further ado, let's get on with the tutorial. Alright, starting out with, we're going to use our stripped spruce logs here, and we're going to go ahead and place a little perimeter here. And for each of these facings here, we're going to go up 2 blocks. I'm going to go ahead and do this, explain, actually go 3 blocks here, and go across, like so. And the same thing is going to happen on all 3 of these faces, like over here as well. So 3, 3, and then across. And the same thing here. 3, 3, and then across. We'll also place 2 little ones sticking out like that on all the faces. And then between each of these, we're actually going to go on the second log here, like that, and go in about there. Now here it's going to be an oak log, but we're going to get back to that later because that's going to be part of the roof. And of course, all the way across this one as well. All the rest of in between you want to place on the second layer, so it should end up something like that. Now to fill in underneath the spruce logs, we're going to use our stone. Now you can use all one type. You can use a bunch of stone brick, you can cobble, you can use stone itself. I like to use a mixture. Now don't cover up the oak log here, but just kind of lay it around, and you can just kind of give it a little bit of texture if you want. Alright, so starting with the frame of the roof, we're going to start like on one of these faces here. You can go ahead and place a fence on top of both of these if you like, but if it's easier for you to do in survival, you can start with 1, and you're going to build up from here doing the roof. So from the top of this fencing, you can go up 3, using 3 pairs of stripped oak logs, go 1, 2, 3. And then from here, you're going to use a stair. And actually, instead of doing a stair, upside down stair here, you're going to put it down here, like so, like that. Then, when you're on here, you can go ahead and go up 3 more logs. 1, 2, 3. Once again, place one like that. But this time, you're actually going to place the upside down stair there. And then this time, you're only going to go up 1, followed by the stair, and of course an upside down stair. Actually, I think this one's going to be in the middle, like so. And if you need to do it in survival, it's easy to do. You can just go bam like that, and it should pop in the front. That. And of course, you do the same thing over here. Now you're going to do the exact same frame on this end, on the opposite end of that frame right here, on the same area. Alright, once you got those 2 frames done, we're going to go ahead and do the inner frame, the one I told you not to place any blocks on. And it's basically going to be the same as these 2. So starting from the bottom, we're not going to do it from the fence post. You're going to have to add 2 more blocks to this bottom one here. So instead of going 3 up, you're going to go 5 up. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place your upside down stair against the log, right side up, like that. Then go up 3 stripped oak logs, upside down stair, and this time only 1 block, and the same thing, your right side up stair, and your middle piece as such like that, and of course the same thing on this end. Alright, and that's what it should look like. And once you're up here, instead of coming straight back down, you might want to connect these frames together first, because it might be easier for you if you don't want to have to climb your way back up. So using your stripped oak logs, you can move this over until you hit about the middle, which is about 3 blocks in. And then from there, you can go ahead and connect them together, like so. And the same thing on this side. Now for this one over here. Same thing, there's going to be spruce fences on top of these. And starting out, it's going to be a little bit different. Instead of using your stripped oak logs, you're going to put an upside down stair. Like that. Then you can go ahead and place a right side up stair like that as well. You're going to do the same thing on both sides, so you have that pattern. Then from there, you can climb on top and go up one stripped oak log. From there, you go your right side up stair and upside down. Go two more, and then right side up, upside down, and then one more right side. Then you can put your centerpiece. So it's a little bit shorter than those as well. That's kind of how it looks, like so. Try to do it with the house next to me. And you do the same thing on this side as well, just like that. And then once you're up here, you can also move on into the middle, all the way in, so that connects. You should have like a little one block space in between this frame and this frame. And there's your framing so far. Now I kind of forgot to mention where I'm going to put the door. The door is actually going to go right about here, in the spot here. I kind of didn't do it right away in case you maybe want to do it on this side, you know, or mirror the way you want the house to be built. Or maybe you want it over there. But this is where it's typically going to be, is right here about the third block in. And just so you kind of don't forget, we're going to place some temporary porch right there as for now. Alright, so from here we'll go ahead and place our using our white concrete, some walls. And there's not actually that many walls because most of this is going to be covered with a roof design. Except for the faces here, it's going to be some wall. So using a white concrete and a mixture of white concrete and diorite, we're going to fill in these faces here. So starting from here, you just kind of go in all the way across. And just make sure that it covers up any space that might see it from out there. So you don't have to put white concrete here. And boom, that's kind of what it should look like right there. You're going to do the same thing on this side, and just once again fill on this side as well. You're going to need a white block right about there. Alright, so once you got those walls filled in, all that's really got left to do is the roof. And yes, I'm using warped stairs. If you saw earlier on, I showed a few different possibilities of using a different kind of roof or palette. And yeah, but we're going to use our warped stripped stem stairs and slabs. And it's pretty simple actually. So first off, let's go ahead and get rid of these here. We don't need them. And you're actually just going to follow the trim and just fill in with the similar type of roofing material. So when you see stripped oak logs, you're going to use your stripped warped log. When you see your oak stairs, you're going to use warped stairs. Now, do you need to place a block here to cover up this? You don't really need to, but if it helps, it helps. You got two more warped logs, and followed by the stair. And when you get to this corner here, we're just going to place a stair in the corner here just to connect this frame with the other frame, like so. Once again, we'll place some logs here. Now you may want to place a pair of logs here as well. Once again, it might just make it easier for you to place your logs upright like so. And then finish it off with some stairs on top here. And there you go, you have your first part of the frame done. Like I said, it's the same thing on every little part. We'll go through it a little bit by bit, and this one might be a little bit weird because of the different frames, so we'll go ahead and do this one next. Now, even though this is the way it is, I like to follow the outer frame instead of the inner frame. So excluding this log here, we're going to go ahead and place warped logs anyway, and of course leave a spot for the doorway right there. And from here you want to place stairs. That's right, instead of putting a warped log like this one, you're going to place stairs instead, but matches with this outer frame. And once again, I'm going to place Like I said, this can be any kind of block probably. You don't have to make it the stripped warped logs if you don't have enough. And just once again go 2 more. And then go use your stairs. Come in all the way like so. There you go. There is that part of the roof. Now once again, this side should be really simple. You just once again follow this, take out these top 3rd layer logs. You don't need them. They were just there to help you make the strip across. So go ahead and do this side here and do these 2 sides here. It should be pretty much the same kind of thing. Okay, the roofing is completely done. At least all the warped part is done, except for one last touch here. On top of these here, we're actually going to place a temporary stair, like so, and then you're going to place upside down stairs on the top of the frame, and then you can kind of get rid of this. And then you can place an oak slab on top. For the rest of this, we're going to use our warped slabs all the way in, like so. Same thing up here. All these little frames will have the same kind of thing. I just figured it'd be easier to do this afterwards because that way you have more place to balance and stand on instead of trying to do it while on a small little frame. And of course, as these as well, go ahead and place some slabs. Next up, we're going to place some more oak stairs on some of these frames on the outside, like right here. Just go all the way across. Same thing on the side that you don't have a doorway, just go ahead and make it go all the way in and around like so. And for this side, when you get to the doorway, we're going to add a little bit of a different touch to it. So I'm going to place this one right here actually with a oak stair, and then to place a little bit of frame around this doorway, we're going to place a stair like so on both sides. And you can place a slab on top of that. There's a slab on top of there. Looks like that. And you could leave it just like that, or add a little bit more by adding an upside down stair on both sides, like so. And then you can connect that with some stairs. Here you can go ahead and just place a stair facing that direction, and place one that way so it kind of curves, and place it all the way across like that. And of course this is going to be a little porch there, so I'm going to go ahead and place that for now. Well, for now, let's move on to the faces and maybe detail those a bit more. Alright, first things first, let's go ahead and add a window. We're going to do it right where these upside down stairs are, and go up 2 blocks, like that. Then you can go ahead and place a little slab underneath, like so. And then right here, where this spruce log is, I don't really like it too much. I'm going to cover it up a little bit by using a mixture of upside down oak stairs over the block, and then a stripped oak log covering those 2 in the middle. Then from there, coming up top, we're going to place a upside down oak stair on both sides of this window with a oak slab in the middle. And then to finish this off, we're going to use some oak fence posts and just have a strip going both down the side like that. And then use a couple of oak fence gates on both sides there. I'm going to leave them open like that. Up here, we're just going to fill this area up with, no, not glass, oak fence gates, like so. Now, if you wanted to, you could just add a window here, but I'm just going to leave it like that. Then also, final touch down here, if you are doing this where you have plenty of room, you might want to make a little garden here. You can. But since I'm doing it next to a road, I'm just going to cover this up with some dark fence gates. And this is going to be the exact same thing on the other parallel to it over here. Just like that. Of course, I also forgot to mention you might want to place some glass panes inside where your window is. The monsters don't come crawling through them. Now for this side, this face here, it's going to be a little bit different because it's a little bit shorter. When actually, instead of having the stairs there, you're going to have to go down on the steps by 1, like so. And place your oak logs like that. I'll go ahead and place my dark oak fencing down there. And your window is actually going to be right there, right above the log. And from there, it's basically the same thing. You got your oak stairs going upside down like that. You're going to have a little slab there as well. And then from there, it's your typical fence posts coming down both sides, your oak fence gates on both sides there. And cover the top here with some fence posts. There you go. You have all the faces done. One final touch that I didn't do on the other ones as well, you can use some spruce trapdoors just to cover up this log. It just adds, I don't know, a little bit extra to the build. And if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. And from there, don't forget to add a spruce trapdoor to your front here as well. Now, as you can see, now that we're trapped in our little house here, you can go ahead and place some spruce planks as your flooring. I think it looks really nice in here to go with the porch wood. And I'm going to add a little bit more detail to the porch, of course. I'm not going to forget that. We're going to place some stone just on the side like that. I'm going to go ahead and place some stone over here too. And I'm going to place some cobblestone walls, not lanterns, cobblestone walls going across on both sides like that. Maybe not on that side. We'll put something else there. And then you can put a little lantern on top of there. Boom! You have yourself a completed hollow house, but you know, it is done. It is complete. Now from here, you can place whatever interior you'd like in the house. Of course, I will do a little time lapse of building the interior as well, adding maybe a little bit of extra detail to the outside of the house. Because of course I've been building in this village using a lot of my tutorial builds. Like you can see the barn over there, you can see my greenhouse, my wells over there, and decided to add this house to the mix. And I'm probably going to keep doing that. A few of my tutorial builds is going to just be included in this village. So we're going to add some surroundings to this, some nice extra detail to the interior and the exterior. Hopefully you stick around for that, and then we'll do a tour at the end. Is that time again to start with a tour of the finished house. I finished the exterior, I finished the interior, and I was surprised actually how well the exterior turned out. To start with, we have this little garden on the front. Like I said before, you can easily get rid of the little fencing here and make a little garden if you want to, or wheat field, or whatever you want to put in here. And then on the left side, I was trying so hard to figure out what could I do over here? Because it had this little, I don't know, cove area, I guess, surrounded by a hill. And yeah, I blocked it off with a little fencing here. So, you know, it's like a backyard, side yard area. And you got some barrels. You got your little carrot farm here next to the there's a little landscaping, making the sides full of grass and etc. Bushes. A little fencing here, blocking off the back path. And decided to make a little shed of sorts in the side of this hill. I saw this hill and I was like, I want to do something with this. I could just make a rock landscape across it. You know what? Let's add a little shelter. Just kind of made the same kind of colored roof, except we use spruce on the trim instead of the oak. Just to make it a little bit darker and different. And inside we got, you know, a little shed, you know, typical shed of like barrels and random boxes, which are actually beehives, but you know, random skeleton skull, you know, if in case you want to hide your skeletons in your shed. There you go. And stone cutter and smithing, not really used for any efficient reasons, but you can make it however you want to, I guess. I just wanted to give it a little bit extra style to it. But yeah, that's the exterior. I think I added on the other side of the house. I didn't add anything in the back. On the other side, I had my attempt at a terrible looking custom tree, so yeah, it's pretty horrid. But yeah, other than that, put some leaves on, put a couple chimneys on top. As you can see, it comes up here, it's on top this way. I went for the double chimney this time. Usually I don't do the double chimney, I just do like the one chimney, but I think it looks pretty cool. But let's go into the interior. Once again, this also took me a while to figure out exactly what I wanted to do, but I think it came out pretty nice. Here is your kitchen shop or kitchen crafting area center. As soon as you come in, you have a crafting bench, your furnaces, a little extra storage, a little bit. And yeah, there's not gonna be any kind of interior tutorial. But if you want to take screenshots or whatever and do it yourself, you can. You purposely can. Got an anvil here. And coming through here, I made a little doorway here just to make it a little more separate. You have your basically your armor, and of course you have this nice like cyan colored rug leading you through the hallway here. And yeah, I went full out, I think, with this. You have an enchanting area here, which is pretty nice. I don't know if this gives you level 30 enchantments, but you can easily add more to make it so. Your grindstone, of course, and some barrels there. Some pictures on top of the wall up here, and here's the fireplace going up one of the chimneys. And I decided to make it where this furnace looked like it was the other chimney coming up. It's kind of weird, bending inward. I thought you could technically make like a secondary floor, but I didn't really make one. I just made like a little place up here for your bed, you know. Gotta make it compact. I was like, how am I gonna add a storage and a bedroom? What if they're on top of each other? Well, first I was thinking bunk beds. I was like, wait a minute. Bunk beds, but like not really, but beds on top. The storage is on the bottom. Now, of course, yeah, there's not a whole lot of storage, but you have, these are all double chests right here and double chests here, but it's a good beginner storage at least. And of course, yeah, like I said, up here, your bed, some extra library books, little pictures, some extra storage. Yeah, and that's it. It looks pretty freaking awesome, I think. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the interior. Is it good? Is it bad? What would you have changed, maybe? Or what would you like to see inside these houses? But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this house. And yeah, I know most people don't really like getting the warped wood out of the nether, but I love the color. The color is freaking awesome, man. Love it. So, like I said, you don't have to use that. You can use other palettes. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this little house, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye.